Good morning, everyone. Today's class is all about strengthening our abs and buns. So let's get started. First of all, abs and buns are kind of a fun way of generalizing muscles that support the spine, the pelvis, and our hips. But the first spine supporter that I'd like to talk about today and focus on is the diaphragm. So let's have a quick look. So on this app, you can see the spine with nothing on it, naked spine. I'm going to add the deepest layer of muscles to the body. And when we add the deepest layer, you can see this large red area here in the middle. And then I'm going to highlight that muscle is the diaphragm muscle right here. So that muscle is huge. It's massive. And I'm just moving the spine all the way around so that you can see how that diaphragm connects directly to the spinal column to give it support. So we often don't realize that this muscle is much, much more than a muscle that helps aid in breathing. It's also the deepest spine supporter. So it's really important that when we are trying to develop good core strength and stability, that we exercise this muscle. So we're going to focus on this muscle first today, and I'm going to teach you a method called the tactical breathing method that I use to train all my patients to reconnect their brains to this muscle if it's not engaging automatically like it should. That's how we were born. When we came into the world, that diaphragm was automatically working. You can see babies' lower rib cages rise and fall all day long as we take 14 to 20,000 breaths a day. So let's start by being on our backs. Focus on this muscle first today, and I'm going to teach you a method called the tactical breathing method that I use to train all my patients to reconnect their brains to this muscle if it's not engaging automatically like it should. That's how we were born. When we came into the world, that diaphragm was automatically working. You can see babies' lower rib cages rise and fall all day long as we take 14 to 20,000 breaths a day. So let's start by being on our backs. And now that you've seen a picture of that diaphragm, it's underneath the rib cage. So I want you to imagine that muscle in there and put your hands right on your lower rib cage. And we're just going to start off today by exercising this muscle. And the idea here is to connect your brain, so it's more of a mental exercise. If you're not connected to it now, we want to connect your brain to the muscle, and then I want you to continue trying to practice in your life about 10 minutes a day so that you can get it to the point where it's happening automatically again, where you're using it. So here's what we're going to do. You're just going to inhale through your nose for a slow 4 seconds. So try to take air in for a complete 4 seconds. And when you're inhaling, try to expand that lower rib cage all the way around. Imagine that muscle at 360 and go all the way around. And then we're going to hold the air for 4 seconds. Then we're going to exhale slowly for 4 seconds. And then we're going to hold again for 4 seconds. So that's going to train you to start and stop that muscle. And we are going to start to activate the abdominal line by using our neck. So what I want you to do is put your palms facing up. So your arms are out to the side, palms are facing up. And I want you to press your shoulder blades down away from your ears and into the floor. And then I also want you to try to flatten your back as much as you can. You don't have to be, super activated in the abdominals, but just try to tilt your pelvis and lengthen that low back so you're getting a nice, good position. And then here's the exercise. So we're going to start off by just flexing our neck. So the abdominals, actually, the deep core line runs all the way up to your neck and right below your chin. And so long before Ella could do anything, this is how she started developing her core strength, was just by lifting her head all day long. Come on, lift. So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna press your shoulders down into the floor. So shoulder blades are pressing down to engage those muscles in the back. And then I want you just to lift your head and try to bring your chin to your chest. So we're gonna start off, these are neck curl ups, okay? So it's important that you really press the arms and backs of the shoulder blades down into the floor and then lift your head and try to bring your chin to your chest up as high as you can. So let's try 10 more together. Lift, chin to chest, and down. Press those blades into the floor and lift and down. Let's go 8 more. Press and lift. And 7 more. And press and lift for 6. And press and lift for 5. Try 5 more. And 4 more. And 3 more. Press and lift. 2 more. Last one. Shake out your head, kind of do a bobblehead, loosen that tension, make the last one a good one, and lift and hold and down. So you can feel how hard that was for the neck muscles, right? To try to lift your own head off the floor. So to have good core stability, it really starts up with the neck. So we definitely need that neck. Now we're gonna add more of the upper core into it. So now we're going to add on to that neck lift by also lifting the left arm and reaching and rolling over to your belly. So this is an upper crunch, if you want to think of it like that, an upper abdominal. And then we're going to roll back. So let's start by just arms up over the head, lifting your head again like you just did. Reach with the left arm and drag your body over to your belly and then bring it back. So let's do 5 on each side. Lift the head, reach forward, and see if you can roll, just using only your upper body and not your legs to push off. So lift the head first, reach that arm, and roll. And bring the arm up and roll back. If this is not working for you, just keep practicing the head lifts when you're on your back. And that will help you start developing the strength you need to be able to roll. Rolling uses your abdominals, your obliques. It's a huge way to develop your abdominal strength. Now let's go to the other side. Lift the head first, reach and roll and bring it back. Let's do 5 total here. So lift the head, reach and roll. Bring the arm up and roll back. You can really roll back any way you want. If you want to roll back the best way, try lifting the head and the arm and seeing if you can pull yourself around. Lift that head, reach, and roll. Let's do 1 more. Lift that head first, reach, and roll. And then bring it back. All right, good job. Rolling, I know, is not a fan favorite, but I'm here to give you the best exercises. So now we're gonna go on our backs and we're gonna work on the lower part. So with your knees bent, we're going to just work on a basic pelvic tilt. So this is a skill you need to master before you can really get into a lot of abdominal muscles. So this is fundamental. So here's what we're doing. When you inhale, I want you to, so go ahead and just put your hands on your pelvis. And when you inhale, I want you to just try to bring your navel down and kind of arch your back. So there's space underneath. And then when you exhale, I want you to try to pull everything up, your pubic bone up towards your chin and flatten the back. Now there shouldn't be any glute squeezing and lifting off the floor, okay? So if you're lifting up, you're not using the right muscles right now. And I want you to try to connect your brain to just your abdominals and diaphragm. So inhale and arch, and the belly button lifts and goes towards your feet. And then exhale and lengthen, rotate that pelvis. And inhale and lift. And then exhale and try to pull everything up. Inhale and lengthen or arch your back and belly button goes down. And then exhale. Pull your belly button up and in. And inhale and arch your back. And then exhale. Lengthen and really try to pull all your organs up. Pull your bladder, pull your pelvic floor muscles up and in. And let's do one more. Inhale and arch. And then exhale, flatten.